Alright guys, looks like in the start of my second video it appears there has been a little bit of a debacle up here with Floyd. This also is a little perplexing. Well, actually it's a defeat for us, but we inflicted more casualties on them, so I guess it's not all bad, but now where did Floyd go? I'm gonna have to find him now, figure out where he even is. Okay, this is interesting. Well, maybe it is all bad. Oh, you know what? I think he actually maybe is right there under Patterson's picture, actually. Or no. No, he's... Okay, that confuses the hell out of me. Because Floyd was supposed to be attacking Morgantown up here. But Patterson was up here. I presume to move down here to attack him, but actually Floyd looks like he is currently in Braxton, which is where Floyd was, or that's where Patterson was. So it looks like Floyd attacked Patterson and actually went south from Clarksburg instead of going east to Morgantown, which is what I told him to do. Yeah, that's very disappointing. So now he's trying to get back to Clarksburg, which honestly I don't think there's really any point in him going back to Clarksburg, because he's kind of screwed in Clarksburg. But I think, honestly, I think he's probably screwed no matter what he does at this point. He's kind of got himself in a pickle here that I don't think he's gonna get himself out of. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's the only thing I can think of is trying to get him there, but at that rate he's going, we're probably going to lose that entire force to a lack of supply. Okay. But I think that is the main notable thing that happened. And check the rest of my little alerts down here. Well, we sunk 34 money and 47 war supply. So that's a big increase compared to what we were doing. So I think getting that frigate out there probably made a big difference. That we got a couple other smaller ships out there too. Okay, so we engaged the United States of America in Braxton, which I don't know why we weren't. Floyd wasn't supposed to go to Braxton, but he was supposed to go to Morgantown. Now we may increase river pool again. Okay, so that's important. I assume, yeah, radio pool as well. We need that very much. Okay. So let's get Johnston up into Harper's Ferry. Beauregard, they're just going to stay there and guard Manassas as normal. Evans, we're just going to sit there and guard Fredericksburg. Yeah, this actually makes the situation a little more dire, because I was anticipating having Floyd's troops available to come down here and help defend, but it looks like Floyd, I don't think there's going to be anything left of that army by the time he gets out of there. I think it's probably just going to be him and nothing else left of that army. But we'll see. Hopefully these guys can get a move on. Yeah, they've only got 1 day to get there, so they're going to be there momentarily. So it looks like they should be able to escape, but I might need to send a little more force this way. As a matter of fact, since Johnston has all but arrived at Harper's Ferry, it might be a good idea to move Thompson back down that direction. And he can join up with Ruggles. And Huger, I think, will lean in that direction. And looks like I finally got a little bit of an army forming over here in Tennessee. I'm expecting the main point of contention is probably going to be around this area, because I'm not intending to go on the offensive against Cairo. I'm just going to try and defend. As I said in the last video, I'm going to try and do what was a little bit more of a historical method the Confederacy seemed to use, which was more of a defense. Although, honestly, the most effective ways to winning in the West, if you're just going to try and win and you're not trying to follow any historical patterns, is to try and take Cairo very early on. It is a rather central hub if you want to make further offensive actions later in the game out in the West. But I'm going to try and focus more training and troops going to the east and just do the best I can to defend in the West. So I'm not going to worry about going on the offensive much. At least not unless I get the opportunity is just so overwhelming that I can't pass it up. Okay, Price, you move down to Fort Coffee. I think I'll just leave them at Ozark for now. Alright, so General Polk. He's only a 2-star general for now, but I believe he will automatically be promoted to 3-star general. And he will eventually become the commander of my Army of Mississippi. So let's get him moving up there. He'll take command of the army that is forming in Tennessee. Supplies have arrived in Chattanooga. Let's keep them moving on to Winchester. McCulloch's Army of the West is available. I'm anticipating Price should be able to hold that up there, so I'm going to get these guys moving west to Tennessee. Because of the number of men, I don't want to use rail capacity right now, so they're just going to slowly start trudging their way in that direction. Pretty much same thing with these guys. They're just going to continue hoofing it north. Okay, so they are going to join the Savannah Garrison. Well, actually, what's weaker than Fort? Yeah, got 2 batteries and a regiment. Yeah, I'll just leave them in. 2 regiments, 2 batteries in Savannah itself. Or actually, I have a Savannah Garrison, I have a Savannah Force here. Savannah Force, I'm guessing, is going to become available to move sooner or later. I might leave some of them behind as garrison as well, but we'll see. Evans, you just continue holding your ground. Gruder, just stay where you're at. Shelby, hold position. Alright, that looks like all of my available units to move this turn. So now, do need to increase my rail pool, but if possible, I need to get more armories under construction, since armories and arsenals and things like that, that's what gives you more war supply, and early on it tends to be very tough going for the Confederacy and their war supply situation. Interior, yes it is interior. 75 tons, 40 tons, 75. Okay, so I can do arsenals in Georgia for just 30 tons of war supply. Yep, so that's going to use pretty much all my war supply for this turn, but I think it's worth it. You got to get that stuff going. And we should have enough to maybe get a couple of replacement units. According to this, I don't have anything available in light infantry currently, but let's just order one anyway, and hopefully they should get some replacements sooner or later. I'll put the other one into militia. Alright, that looks like it. Yep, I think that's it for this turns. Alright, let's go. Well, that looks like we have our first major battle of Manassas. Alrighty, before I look through this, let's go right to my reports here. Oh yes, we did. Well, I know actually it's saying we were defeated there, but we inflicted double the casualties, more than double the casualties on them. General Heinzelman's command. So even though it's saying that we were defeated, I mean, it looks like we dealt a severe blow to them, though. Let's see, they lost nearly 6,000 men. I mean, that's almost a fourth of their total number. We lost 2.5 out of 22,000 men. So overall, I'd say we did better there, but what's our... And you can see from the little blue bar there that we are actually better organized after the battle. So, I mean, and you can see right there the number, his strength is considerably less than ours. Well, maybe I shouldn't say considerably, but it is less. It was greater before the battle, so we trimmed him down to size. Pretty good, it looks like. So unless he gets significant reinforcements, I don't think we have anything to worry about there. The only thing that maybe he would do that would threaten me is if he moves south. But I don't think he could get too far, because with us controlling all these regions, he would run out of supply very quickly. So his force would be rendered useless rather shortly without supply. Let me see if does it tell me how many supply trains he's got. 1, 2... He's got 3 supply trains with him. That could last him a little while if he doesn't get beat down too much first. But nevertheless, I should be on alert here. So Floyd got whipped again, which, you know, was a surprise there. I pretty much knew if he got engaged again that was going to happen. Now the only question is Patterson, will he continue to try and move south? If he does, he's going to have a supply problem as well. I'm not too worried about that. So I think it may be the most prudent thing to move Ruggles and his brigade in this direction. And matter of fact, he'll join up with Huger at Charlottesville. The question is, that's going to take him 17 days. Because there is something of a threat there, I'm going to move him by rail just to get him there quickly. And General Thompson, I think, perhaps should move down towards that direction as well. Now we have General McDowell here. Looks like he wants to contest Harper's Ferry. However, he appears to have a force less than half the strength of Johnston's army. So their decision making is so far a little questionable. We'll see, if they had poured all of that into Manassas, they might have been able to take it. But instead, they've split their forces. Well, to me, it appears I have an opportunity to thump McDowell, so I'm going to tell Johnston to go on the attack and go after him. And hopefully, we can get a good result there. Okay, so Beauregard is going to maintain his position, and as you can see, like in last turn, our entrenchment was level 3. We're actually at level 4 now. Let's see, we are at 64% of our maximum ammunition. So ammunition, they are not totally supplied with ammunition, but 64% should be enough. General Evans here in Fredericksburg. Well, if Heintzelman decided to attack Fredericksburg, I suppose he may be able to do some damage there. I don't know, I question whether it would really I mean, I still don't think he would have supply, though he'd still run out of supply relatively quickly, so even if he does win some kind of battle there, I don't think it would be any long-term gain for them, so I'm going to leave Evans there. Let's just unite them under the same unit. They have a level 3 entrenchment currently. So hopefully if he does attack, they would at least be able to bloody him a bit. Well, so I'm not really expecting him to attack, though, honestly. And you know what? He's got a threat looking at him, too. So what's his seniority? 90. Let's have General Johnston head to Fredericksburg and take command of that. Offensive. I'm going to leave him there at that. General Smith, will leave him there. I think it may be a good idea to move closer. That way maybe I can get some better intelligence on what's there. I mean, I've never been able to take Fort Monroe. It's very difficult. Think about the only way you could really do it is if you could maintain enough of a navy around it to blockade it and starve them out. So my experience of ground assault is just utterly futile. Okay, Zollicoffer is available in Nashville. Now the question is, I need to decide where my holding line is going to be in this area. Very tempted to try and, once Kentucky becomes available, to move into, to hold Bowling Green, and I could use the Green River as a defensive barrier for any forces moving down from Louisville. However, they often move forces down from here as well, though, and that one don't really have any defensive barrier on that side. But I would like to deny them the use of this rail line through here from Bowling Green to Clarksville to Dover. Would like to be able to defend all of that, and I'd like to take all of this up here right up to the river and hold the south side of it. And this Island 10, that's a fortification there that if I put a few troops into it, that should be very difficult to take, and it also considerably hampers any movement they can get up and down the rivers. Okay, so I got the Tennessee State Guard there. For the moment, I'm going to have him move up to Clarksburg. And I think as soon as it becomes available, I'm going to take Bowling Green. I think that's the plan for now. And we have a Knoxville force available. Usually I think it's probably a fairly good idea to leave some troops here, because it is fairly common for them to send some kind of raiding force down through here. Matter of fact, eventually you probably want to have some kind of garrison in most of these towns, because they will raid and take those towns through there. With the army still being formed, I don't think there's any reason to move them from where they're at. No, actually these guys are available to move, so might as well get them moving up there. And it takes 16 days to get there, so I'll just tell them to do it in 9 days. That way they'll get some rest. Chattanooga garrison. Let's tell them to go on. status. Keep on plowing. Let me see, now I've got the 1st Arkansas Guards and the 10th Arkansas Cavalry. I think I will use the 10th Arkansas to come down and garrison the area. They want to eventually get them down to Shreveport, the Marshall area, because I usually have a lot of trouble with raiders coming down here into this area. So you want some kind of presence down there if possible. Because if you don't, the Union usually will, sooner or later. Tuscumbia. I don't think there's really much point in having the Tuscumbia militia all the way down here. Probably move them. Actually, maybe I'll move them up to Island 10. Yeah, they're taking such little rail for that. I'll just go ahead and move them by rail. It's still 22 days. Ah, yes, my sharpshooters that I had created. Yeah, for just single regiments like that, it doesn't take much to move them by rail. That's for now. Let's get them up to Richmond, and then I'll see what the situation develops up there and see where they're needed most. And we have 1st Mississippi Regiment available. And this terrain, these guys can make pretty good time, so I'm not going to worry about moving them by rail. Jacksonville, that's an area I want protected, so they're just going to go on permanent sentry status. And Virginia Reserve has become available to move. Let's try and get them to Fredericksburg. In fact, with their presence there, I think that would pretty much eliminate their ability to do anything significant. But let's move by rail because they need to get there quickly. That will take something out of my rail capacity more than I prefer, but in this situation I think it's important they get there quickly. And I think I'll just put them in permanent sentry status actually, because I think they're probably going to be left there. 3rd Reserve Brigade in North Carolina. Let's see how long. 16 days. Now let's just have me go there. That's fine. 8 days. Looks like all of our units available to move this turn. Okay, so I didn't upgrade my rail pool last turn, so I better do it this time. And I actually don't have enough to do river also, so river will have to wait. So, just had a couple of battles though, so I probably need to do some replacements anyway. Yeah, actually it's not too bad. I don't think I mean, as I noted, I didn't take too many casualties. What is this? And there's a wrapping this up here as soon as I finish this turn. Oh yeah, that's Mr. Floyd's second debacle that showed up there. Well, I actually did inflict some casualties, which is actually better than what happens a lot of times when you're outnumbered that bad, so I guess I won't call it too bad. You know what, did I ever look at my little notifications here? I don't think I did. Sunk 26 money, 40 supply. We got 1 money, 5 supply. See, I still don't really understand how we considered we lost the battle, considering we were still holding our ground and we inflicted twice as many casualties, but that's what it's saying. It's saying we lost. So, I don't know. Alright, so there's nothing too ground-breaking there. Okay, I think that is all I can do for this turn. I'm out of war supplies, so no more units, so I think I will call that it for this episode. Thank you.